Well, good morning. Hope you're having a good Thursday and had a great Wednesday. I hope you were able to come last night to our luau at St. Matthew's. Yeah, it was a great time had by all as we got kind of prepared for the school year and saw all the kids and families as we were able to drive through here and get our snow cones and get our tags and pray. It was a joy for me to pray with many of you last night. So thanks for coming to that, and I hope that it was a blessing to you and to your family as we get ready to start this school year. Some have already started the school year, so I pray that those of you who have started the school year, that your year is off to a great start as we begin together. Today we're going to continue in our week with the Cokesbury. Today we're going to be looking at Cokesbury number 165. This is an old one. This is one that a lot of you know. Some of you, I think you should all know this one. This is hymn 165 in the Cokesbury, and it's entitled "Bringing in the Sheaves." Some of you are already singing when I mentioned "Bringing in the Sheaves." This is another neat song, and once again, the Cokesbury does such a good job of just painting a picture, painting a down-home, folksy picture. I think that's why I like it so well. Is it really resonates with me, growing up out in the country. The imagery and the stories it tells are stories that are dear to me and to my heart, not just because I grew up singing some of the songs in this, but because just the imagery is so powerful, to me at least. 165, Bringing in the Sheaves. This is what it says. Sowing in the morning, sowing the seeds of kindness, sowing in the noontime, in the dewy eve, waiting for the harvest at the time of reaping, we shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. Bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. And the chorus repeats again. Verse 2, sowing in the sunshine, sowing in the shadows, fearing neither clouds nor winter's chilly breeze. By and by the harvest and the labor's ended, we shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. In the last verse, going forth with weeping, sowing for the master, though the loss sustained our spirit often grieves. When the weeping's over, he will bid us welcome. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. I love this. This makes you think of the parable of the sower in the Gospels, how the seed is sprung out and some grows, some doesn't. And I love how the Bible and so many of the hymns are full of images of farming and images of growth and images of harvesting and things such as this. So this is a beautiful hymn that paints the picture of the Christian life as that one of sowing, that we are sowing things and then we will reap things. And we will bring in the sheaves of our labors. We will bring in the sheaves of what we have done with our life. And I love the first line of the first verse. Sowing in the morning. What are we sowing? What are we hoping to sow and what are we hoping to reap? Remember, because you sow what you reap. You plant butter bean seeds, you're going to get butter beans. You plant corn, you're going to get corn. You plant watermelons, you're going to get watermelons. Whatever you plant, you're going to get. So here it says, sowing in the morning. What are we sowing? Sowing seeds of kindness. Sowing in the noontime and the dewy eve. So waiting for the harvest and the time of reaping, we shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. What are we sowing? We're sowing kindness. We're sowing God's love. And that can be frustrating because sometimes you sow God's love and you don't reap it, do you? Sometimes we can sow and we feel like nothing's happening. That's the thing about farming is I'm not a good farmer at all. Believe me, I'm not going to sit here and tell you anything about farming because I know nothing about it. I know I picked a lot of butter beans growing up as a kid. And I picked a lot of corn, and I picked a lot of watermelons, but I'm not an expert farmer. I'm not even gonna pretend that I am. But I know that the thing that farming does require is patience, because you plant, you scatter the seeds, and then you wait, and you work. You go out. I hate it. We get the hose out, and we go. We had to go hoe the corn. I hated it. I never liked it. Never did it. I didn't have the patience to be a farmer. I guess I like things to be too instantaneous. But you work. You plant it, and then you wait. And you work at it, and you wait, and you watch, and you wait, and you watch, and you wait. And some of it's beyond your control. If you plant and it doesn't rain, it doesn't matter what you do. You can go out there and water it if you want to. But it doesn't. If it's dry, you don't get any rain. It doesn't matter. It's beyond your control. So you can sow kindness, but if somebody's heart is not ready to receive that kindness, it doesn't really matter, does it? If somebody's heart is broken, or somebody's heart is hard, or somebody's heart is angry, you can sow all the kindness you want to sow, but it doesn't mean that they're going to receive it. And by the way, doesn't mean you did your job wrong. A farmer can do the same thing 2 different seasons, and 1 year make a crop and 1 year not make a crop, and have changed nothing in their farming. It's dependent upon the weather. It's dependent upon the sun. It's dependent upon so many things that they frankly don't have control over. I think it's another reason why I don't like farming. It's because I realize I don't have a lot of control over it. I can only do so much, and the rest of it's out of my hands. I like feeling like I have more control over things than that. So I'm a preacher. So like I have a lot of control over that, don't I? In the story, there's in this hymn, they're sowing in the morning. They're sowing the seeds of kindness. And then sowing in the sunshine, sowing in the shadows, fearing neither clouds nor winter's chilly breeze, by and by the harvest, and their labors ended. We shall come rejoicing, bringing the sheaves. When the labor's over, we'll come into the kingdom. We'll come into the Father's great storehouse. Because then it says, going forth with weeping, sowing for the Master. Though the law is sustained, our spirit often grieves. We can work for God and suffer much pain, can't we? I like how these hymns paint a real picture of a difficult life. The life of farming is not easy. As I said earlier, you can do everything right and still not turn out right. The life of faith is not easy. Now, how many of us, maybe some of us, have done everything right as best we could and see our children or grandchildren make decisions that we don't agree with? See our churches make decisions we don't agree with. See pain and loss and hurt. We can do a lot of things right, do everything right. We can sow and work and do all of these things. But it doesn't mean it's going to be like we want it to be. There will be loss and pain and hurt. Going forth with weeping, sowing for the Master. Though the law sustained, our spirit often grieves. When the weeping's over, he will bid us welcome. We shall come rejoicing, bringing the sheaves. All that we can do is go out and sow. All we can do is go out and sow. Sow the seeds of kindness. Sow the seeds of grace. Sow the seeds of God's love. Sow the seeds of God's mercy. Sow the seeds of God's grace. Sow the seeds of kindness. And then we'll reap. And we hope we reap a plentiful harvest. We hope we reap harvest of kindness and of salvation and of grace and of discipleship. That's what we hope we reap, don't we? But the Bible tells us that our job is to sow. Somebody else's job is to water. But God reaps the harvest. This is in God's hands, not ours. Our job is just simply to sow. So we sow. We work. We bring in the sheaves. So today, I hope that the Lord blesses your labor. Hope the Lord blesses your efforts. I hope the Lord blesses you with a great harvest of kindness and of grace. So let's sow the seeds of kindness. Let's come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. Love you guys. Pray that you have a great day today. We'll see you tomorrow morning.